ask you.
Holy fuck, dude. I hit go live like literally 10 minutes ago. We've been yammering on 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. We've been yammering on completely not recording this whole fucking thing.
Oh, good. I was proud of myself, too, for dropping a couple F-bombs. So let me get them out of the way now, because I've been quiet on these F-bombs since we started this. You fucked up, Jim. You fucked up.
Yeah, I did. Well, I swear to God, I hit go live before I even added you to the stage. So no one got to hear us bitching about catching, which is probably a good thing.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's fucking boring anyways. But speaking of boring though, the Red Sox there's nothing going on. There's nothing really to talk about. There's nothing new. It's the same old shit every day. It's a 500 team that, has a good day, has a bad day, has a good day, has a bad day. And it's like, it's really unexciting to watch. And the only reason I can even get into it is when I bet on the game. And if I'm not betting on the game, I just don't care at this point.
Will you bet against the Red Sox?
No, I will never bet against the Red Sox.
There you go. Good.
I'll bet unders sometime.
Oh yeah. Oh, all day.
Like today. I don't do many unders because it's just boring. If they go over in the fourth inning, then the game's like there's nothing to watch. Whereas like the over, you have a chance until the last out. You know what I mean? I don't like.
I have a friend of mine who'll tell you that the under is the way to bet because you're winning the whole game until it goes over. Versus overs, you're losing the whole game until it goes over.
Yeah, but there's like a reason to watch the game still.
Oh no, listen, I am with you. Over all day long.
Yeah, no, unders, they're not fun. So I don't do many. I did one today though. I did the under in this game, and it looks like I'm gonna fucking lose it too. Yeah, I'm gonna lose it. So it was 8.5, and they're already at 6.
Jesus.
Yeah, so because Criswell and Little have been really good. Criswell's ERA going into the game was like 2.5 something. And
he's been doing it with smoke and mirrors, though. I got to tell you.
Yeah. You mentioned that when we were not recording earlier, that it seems like they've kind of caught on to him a little bit. I don't know. He looks good. Considering he was supposed to be like, the sixth man, 4A guy or whatever. He's been a fine replacement. You had mentioned that you think he's going to go to the pen when Whitlock comes back.
Well, somebody's going to go to the pen, and it's not going to be Bello.
So Bello's back. Pavetta's back. Obviously, Crawford. Yeah, you're right. So someone does have to go. I hope it's Whitlock. I hope they keep Criswell up and put Whitlock in the pen because they could use Whitlock back there right now. That pen's getting a little drained.
A little tired.
Yeah, they're working hard.
Well, I speaking of the pen working hard, I was a little perplexed as to why, if you watched the game last night, why Mr. Cora, our compensated manager of the Red Sox, decided to pull out Tanner Houck with 5 2/3 innings pitched. And, he was at 105 or 106 pitches, but they were the easiest 105, 106 pitches he's thrown all year.
Yeah, no, he looked pretty solid. And then, but it seemed like he lost it though at the end. It was like it was back-to-back base hits. There's lead off the.
Yeah, but they weren't rockets.
No, but
they weren't.
That's what they're gonna do every time. 100 pitches, back-to-back base hits. You're done. That's it.
Well, it cost him the game.
It sure did. Yeah, who came in? Was it Bernardino that came in?
No, it wasn't Bernardino because Bernardino's pitching tonight. It was
Weissert.
It was no, it was Slayton.
Last night.
No, maybe it was Weissert.
I think it was Weissert. Because I remember watching it with my my wife, and she was asking why is the pitcher facing third base when he winds up? And I said, I don't know, honey, because he's fucking weird.
Because he's trying to manipulate the base.
Yeah, it was Weissert. He finished the sixth inning, only recorded 1 out, and 2 hits, and allowed those inherited runners. So, Houck 5 hits and 3 walks. So he had some traffic on the bases throughout the game. It was probably
no, it wasn't time. It was he had a lead.
They could have let him finish the inning.
He had a lead, and you know what? If you're gonna trust that guy to be your starter, then you got to give him a chance to finish the inning, right? And it was not like the bases were loaded. It was a tie game. It was a 2-run lead, right? He was up 2 runs, and it was 2
outs.
At
the time, a run or 2, yeah.
He was at least 2 runs. So it was first and second, 2 outs. and he was up 2 runs. So, you put your trust in these guys. Let the guy finish the freaking inning. There's a reason why he's starting, and the guy coming in behind him is coming in behind him and not starting.
Yeah. There's a reason why you're in a bullpen in the first place. So yeah, I can't get too mad about that. It just, I mean, that's what 2024 is.
But it's just constant, right? And
yeah,
it's just so when you magnify this at the end of the season, and you say, well, why were we 77 and 90, whatever it is, 92, whatever it is, the number, gets to 162. But then you look back and say, Jesus, well, that was so, he should have never done that. Or, he should have bunted. Or, these guys last inning it was 3-1. The Red Sox were hitting with runners at second and third and 1 out in the 3rd inning, bottom of the 3rd. And they had the infield in.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, the Red Sox were winning 3-1, and they had the infield in. Yeah. And they were up 2 runs in the 3rd inning.
In this game?
Yes. Not the Red Sox, Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay, thank you. I was going to say the Red Sox were never winning in this game.
No, Tampa Bay was winning 3-1.
Yeah.
And the Red Sox were hitting, and they had second and third, 1 out, and they brought the infield in.
That's wild. Early in the game. But they're playing to win. The Rays are struggling just as much as the Red Sox are. They strike me as I don't know, just kind of watching them play a little bit the last few days and the way they carry themselves. They strike me as like kind of overly confident for a team that's struggling and a little too worried about like maybe the way they look and like the flashy shit and kind of like looking cool a little bit this year. It seems like maybe Cash is like losing a couple of them.
You mean Tampa Bay?
I mean Tampa Bay. Yeah. They strike me as like a little arrogant. Well, it was funny when they won the game the other day, and the first thing that happens as soon as the last out's made is Siri out in center field puts his hat on backwards, untucks the jersey, pulls his chains out. Like, thank God I'm not playing baseball anymore. I can be cool again.
Oh my God! I hate them when they pull the old Mookie Betts, Jackie Bradley Jr.
Does Mookie put his hat on backwards when he wins the game?
But they that's what they a lot of these guys do that now. Where they after the end of the game they'll meet in the center.
Oh field, yeah, they did that. Right? They met in center field,
right?
But they all switched their hat backwards and untucked their jerseys. Like
right, Siri is like
he's the worst.
I got mad at it 2 nights ago.
Yeah. Siri seems like one of the bigger pieces of shit in the league.
Oh, and you know what? The baseball guys, paying him. He's batting about $1.50.
Yeah, he stinks. So, and Rosarena is struggling too.
Yeah, but you obviously, he's got a track record, and he started to swing it a little better, and he's got 8 or 9 home runs. So,
yeah, he's got 8 home runs, but I think he's got 10 hits or something on the season.
Right. So speaking of the bullpen, I wanted to bring this up to you, and I wanted to ask you again, why did Bernardino not start the year with the team? Have you seen his numbers?
Yeah, he's been great. The only thing I could think of was when we talked about it, Joely Rodriguez made the team, and he didn't have any options.
He clearly had pictures of so what is this whole options thing is so befuddling to me because
it's bullshit.
Now Bernardino's out of options. So what's the deal? What's the difference? Joely Rodriguez had pictures of somebody doing something to Alex. And
wait, so Bernardino wasn't out of options earlier, and now he is?
Well, I mean, he's going to lose an option, right? If he goes back down.
So, no one's ever really made it 100% clear how this fucking works. But you get 3 option years and 5 times option per option year. So, like, technically, you can go up and down 15 times in 3 years.
It's changed over the years, Jimmy. I'm not sure what it is.
It's so weird.
I'm sure it's probably similar to what the old rule was. We should look that. I can look that up.
Yeah, I've actually never taken the time to look it up, but I've also never heard anyone really talk about it either. But it would seem funny for someone to be out of options already this year, because if you had an option year left and you haven't been optioned 5 times yet, because it's too early in the season too. But so anyways, I don't know how it works. But
here
yeah, no, I think they just wanted to, try to hold on to Joely, and that's why Bernardino was sent down, which was just a bad decision because, I mean, we all knew that Joely absolutely sucks.
Okay, so once an option player has spent at least 20 days in the minors in a given season, he loses one of his options.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Only one minor league option is used per season, regardless of how many times the player is optioned to and from the minors over the course of the season. Okay. Players may only be optioned 5 times per season. That's up and down, right, to the big leagues.
Yeah.
To the minors. It requires an outright assignment waiver assignment after that to be optioned back to the minor leagues.
So I was basically right.
Yeah. So for the purposes of the rule, spending at least 90 days on a major league or minor league roster during a given season counts as one full season. Players also count as a full season if they're 30 days on the active major league or minor league roster, including injuries. Once a player has been optioned, as player spent at least 20 days in the minors in a given season, he loses one of his options.
So that's why Bernardino lost his option, because he was down in the minors with 20 games. Interesting. All right, so he's here to stay now, though. He's not going anywhere now because now they'd have to
right. But that Joely Rodriguez, he cost him a game beginning of the year.
Oh, he cost him more than a game. I think he cost him like 2 out of their first 4 losses or something like that was on Joely Rodriguez.
Okay, let's give him 1. Okay, let's blame the other one on somebody else. But that's 1. That's that in a season where these guys need every single freaking win they can get. They didn't play to win those at the beginning of the year.
Well, in a season where they need every win they can get, Reese McGuire is playing on one knee and letting wild pitches score runs. So, I mean, I guess they don't really care about the one win that much anyways.
I should have asked my son this the other night when I was talking to him. I wonder if Varitek really has any say in this. I know he's bought into this a little bit, but, what would happen if, God forbid, Connor Wong says, "You know what, Jay? I want to catch on both feet tonight." Is that okay? Is that allowed?
I don't think it is right now. From what I gather, it's coming from the top down, and they want these guys on one knee to preserve their legs and to steal low strikes, and because somebody has actually convinced them that you can block balls better from one knee, which is fucking insane.
Full of shit.
Completely full of shit. It's impossible to do. And believe me, like I catch enough that like I've tried it. I very often will catch bullpens on one knee because it's a bullpen. And if a ball is left or right, like I just let it go in a bullpen because I can't get to it if I'm down on my knee. It's not possible. So I've tried it. It's not like I'm talking out of my ass. You can't fucking block a ball to your left or right if you're on one knee, period. Can't do it.
Well, you certainly can't block a ball to your right if you're on your right knee.
Correct. Exactly. So yeah, whichever knee's up going in that direction is really, really hard.
Right. So knee down is an automatic no to that side of the body.
Yep. It's very, very hard to do. And I've tried it. I'm not just yelling at the clouds. I've tried it. It's hard.
It's ridiculously hard.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So, again, we talked about this before you realized that we weren't live, but there's some fun guys in this team. They're just not a fun team to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. They need a personality or two.
So, say what you want about my MVP of the season pick. He's the most fun guy to watch in the team.
Yeah, 100%. Him and I like Willier too. You see him run into the wall earlier?
Yes. Yeah, Abreu.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
They him and Rafaela and Duran must lead the league in running into the wall.
It's unbelievable.
It's fucking crazy. It's like every night one of them's like getting sniped and just running into the wall like a cartoon.
It's like a pandemic out there running into the walls.
I thought Abreu had that one tonight.
Well, they have no, and that's the other thing. Nobody's caught any of them yet.
No. Rafaela missed one, and Duran never gets to him. But it's funny to watch him run into the wall so much. I just pray they don't fucking break a wrist or something, or do what Judge did last year and break a toe.
Break a toe, right? There you go.
Speaking of Judge, he's coming. He's coming around, huh?
He had 4 more hits today.
Yeah, 5 doubles in like the last 3 games, something like that, plus a home run. You knew he wasn't going to stay down forever. I was kind of hoping he would, but they're getting hot. I bet them to win today, and they beat Joe Ryan 5-0. Yeah.
I honestly, whoever strikes first with this in the trade market with pitching is going to end up being the winner here. I'm telling you, they're going to make a trade sooner rather than later. They sent the Dominguez kid out for rehab, the outfielder who had coming up for Tommy John. So he's going to be relatively close. I'm saying within a month, he's going to be ready to play. I don't
think he's a difference maker, though.
No, not for the Yankees, but
for a trade piece.
For a trade piece, he's a monster.
That makes more sense, yeah.
He's a monster. So someone's going to go.
I don't think the Orioles are going to be like looking for a starting pitcher.
They're the ones that everyone's going to be chasing, right? So they got more guys in the minor leagues that are ready to come up too. That's the big thing. The Red Sox and the Yankees got dick in the minor leagues for arms.
For arms, yeah, nothing.
Nothing. Yankees not very good in the minor leagues either with arms. So
no, they're not.
But
their system might be worse than the Red Sox.
But they trade. They're not afraid to make trades.
Yeah, and the Red Sox very much are. They're so afraid they're going to trade like the next big thing, and they wait till they're worth nothing, and then they trade them.
Or they never trade. They never trade anybody. It's like buying a fucking 911 Porsche and never taking it out of the garage.
Yeah. Or no. In the case of Bobby Dahlbeck, it's like buying a 911 Porsche and then waiting until it turns into a Hyundai.
There you go. But you know what? 4A Bobby Dahlbeck is on another monster run.
Yeah, in Worcester. They're gonna give him the key to the city out there. He's white Rusney Castillo.
Well, he ain't making that kind of money.
No, he's not making that kind of money. He must be getting paid pretty well though at this point, right? He must be making a few million a year.
Who?
Bobby, yeah, he's got to be like 2.5 or something at this point.
No, he's on a league. He's a major league minimum.
He's not arbitration yet.
Well, he can't go to arbitration with those numbers.
Oh my God, yeah, 760. Jeez, yeah. I just feel like he's been around forever, but he hasn't.
Oh, he has.
Three years. Yeah, he came up in
21, late in 21.
No, did he come up? Did he come up when they were playing in front of cardboard cutouts in 20?
He may have.
Yeah, I think he did at the end of that season. So yeah, he's been around for a little bit.
So then 2022, he had this good, his best year with the Red Sox, right? And then
he's arbitration next year.
Yeah, well, right. He'll be a free agent at the end of the year anyway. So.
Oh yeah. He's arbitration 1 next year. So
yeah,
that's crazy.
You can't just because you're arbitration eligible doesn't mean you go to arbitration.
No. It's just his first arbitration year though. So I can't imagine. They even tender him a contract.
No, right, which would make him a free agent, which is I think exactly what's going to happen, unless he's part of some, trade this year. Listen, he's not a bad piece if he's like the third or fourth piece to a trade. I'll throw Bobby Dahlbeck in. Maybe he goes to, St. Louis and it gets a fresh start, and
and Goldschmidt comes here.
Yeah, so there you go. By the way, there he goes. Oh,
who are we talking about?
The MVP.
Oh, Duran.
2 doubles again tonight. 2 doubles left the wall last night. 2 doubles again tonight.
Yeah, I'm like 10 seconds behind you. That must be New Hampshire.
I was just gonna say you're in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Might be further than that.
So hey, what'd you think about I saw you talking about first baseman or whatever on Twitter the other day, and I commented, why the fuck not go get Brandon Belt?
I don't. Well, I mean, again, And I'm a big fan of Brandon Belt. He went to the same school as my son. So I've always had an affinity for him. But I mean, the waters run dry there too.
I mean, he had a good year last year. 19 home runs, hit over 250 for the Blue Jays. I don't remember exactly. I remember the 19 home runs exactly, but here it is. Yeah, 103 games, batted 254, 858 OPS, 136 OPS plus. That's a huge upgrade over Dominic Smith and Garrett Cooper.
Probably because he'd cost too much. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. He's probably like $5 million to bring him in, I suppose. At this point, right? I mean, he's 36. He can't cost too much, and he doesn't have a job unless he just doesn't want to play.
No, I wonder what the big league, the veteran minimum's got to be like. I don't know, 2.5.
7. Well, it depends on. There's different veteran minimums, isn't there? Depending on service time.
Yeah, so
he might be like 7.5 at this point.
So that's your reason, right? That's your reason.
Yeah,
and that's your reason why he's not playing anywhere else either.
Yeah, he made 9.5 last year, but that was coming off of his big contract where he made like 120 million,
right,
over like the previous 6 years or something like that. So,
right.
Anyways, it'd be a big upgrade. I'd like to see it. Bringing him and my man Trevor Bauer.
Wow, listen.
You can't bring him in. You can't. Well, you can't bring him to Boston.
Sure, you can. There's certain. Listen, you're gonna have to deal with the stink for the first 3 weeks if you bring Trevor Bauer in.
I don't think that John Henry could handle the stink if it was Boston.
No, I'm not saying Red Sox are the place.
Yeah, no, Boston's not the place for Bauer to come back. He needs to go somewhere more tolerant of that stuff, like Texas or like I don't know, not Massachusetts. It's not the place for Trevor Bauer.
Exactly.
Florida somewhere or somewhere where they don't care about that shit.
Right.
Yeah, they'd have picketers outside of Fenway if they sign him here. And
I mean, they changed the name of the street that the Red Sox are on from the owner's name, for Christ's sake. So
yeah.
So but he would help, and he can get out in this league. That's for sure.
He's throwing really well now. He started off slow down in Mexico, but he's mowing people down at this point. He's like striking out 13, 14 guys a game, walking one. I mean, he looks like he's ready to pitch. He got a raw deal with the sexual assault stuff because it does look like he was set up, extortion or whatever. And he's shown proof of it too. He's shown the videos of the girl smiling in bed.
Oh yes.
The text messages that the day after when she's asking to come back and shit like that. But he's not in baseball because he's got a big fucking mouth and he never knows when to shut the fuck up.
That's the bigger component to this whole thing.
Yeah,
he can't keep his trap shut.
He couldn't before this too, and that's why Manfred. He spoke out against Manfred a lot, and given the opportunity, Manfred got rid of him.
That's right.
You got the biggest suspension in the history of baseball, and he wasn't even like convicted of anything. I mean,
guys have wasn't even charged.
Guys have like beaten the shit out of their wives and come back and played.
Right? He didn't even get charged.
He didn't even get charged. No, there was like a civil lawsuit, but it was dropped.
The court of public opinion is the
it's all just because he's got a big fucking mouth. So.
Yeah,
I feel bad for him because I don't like the made up sexual assault shit, but he did it to himself and he aligned himself with the driveline idiots and and he called out fellow union members or whatever and called people cheaters and so on. Like was it him that called Garrett Cole like the biggest cheater in the history of baseball or something like that?
Oh yeah, they hate each other. They were teammates in school. They hated. Oh,
that's right. Yeah, I knew that.
They literally cannot stand each other, which is why he'd never go to New York.
Yeah, well, I don't think New York would have him anyways. So, but yeah, I mean, he'd be a great fit if he wasn't such a piece of shit on the Red Sox right now. I wouldn't mind watching him pitch every 5 days.
No, he's in it. He's in it. He's energetic. He's entertaining, and he's good. He gets outs.
He's a good pitcher.
But enough about him. But whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is. So Myers absolutely destroying the ball up in Portland.
Oh, I was just going to say to you, I did a little quick research before the podcast tonight, and I checked on our 3 top prospects. And my guy, like I told you, my guy is probably due for a promotion soon.
You think so? Because I feel like he's better off staying in Portland.
Well, he's tearing it up. I think he's probably due for promotion. He's 4 years in the minors now. I think a promotion is warranted. He clearly was injured last year. I think the fact that he's shown that when healthy, he can hit at that level. And listen, they'll tell you, Double A is a lot harder than Triple A.
Yeah, that's why I think he should stay in Double A. I think he's going to see better pitching in Double A.
Yeah, I just think that they can't.
You can't just keep holding him back. Yeah, so he's hitting. Well, I mean, he's not like forcing his way into the majors or anything. He's hitting 310,
right? But
he's OPS.
He's leading. He's in the top 5 in like a shitload of categories: runs, doubles.
Yeah, he's got 15 doubles in 31 games, 3 home runs,
extra base hits.
Yeah, but he's at 884 minor league at bats over. I mean, it's really 3 seasons because he played short season after he was drafted, and then played a full season in 22, and then played half a season last year, and it's early this year, so he hasn't even played 3 seasons yet. 884 at bats is a season and a half. So, he doesn't, they don't have to bring him up yet. And I don't think they should. Just let him hang out with Teal and fucking Anthony in Portland. Let him enjoy playing baseball with his buddies. Let him have fun. Let him grow.
Well, I think at some point though, he's been in the system the longest. And at some point, the Beatles, I call them the Red Sox Beatles. They're gonna get broken up at some point.
Yeah, they have to be. Yeah. I mean,
they're not always going to get promoted together. I think I watched.
Teal's not going to be up. Teal's 3 years away.
Teal's a lot for. Just going to say, I watched a game the other day. Teal's a lot further away than people think.
Defensively,
especially defensively.
Yeah, he's not a great defensive catcher.
Like honestly, I could see him being a combo catcher first baseman.
Yeah, or like learning a corner outfield or something.
Yeah, because
he's athletic.
He's athletic, but he doesn't receive the ball well.
Nope.
So whatever, he's a couple years away. I'm not. There goes Europa, by the way.
Fuck you, really?
Yeah.
Yep, there it goes. All right, there's a loss.
So
I'm doing really well with that, though.
You are. I jumped on the gym bandwagon. I didn't see your picks this morning, so I lucked out on this loss. But I've been riding you pretty good all week.
Yeah, I'm up almost $1,200 now.
You feel me cracking the whip on you?
Yeah. Yesterday that was. I don't like making up bets and like pulling them out of my ass. Like I literally like at 6 a.m. I looked at the bets for like 15 minutes. And then I put it down because I couldn't. And then like an hour later, I'm looking at them again and I can't pick one. And then I'm eating breakfast with the kids and I can't find one I like. And finally I was like, fuck it. I'm not betting on anything today. I don't want to force it. I just feel like every time I do, I lose. Of course, if I were to force it yesterday, I would have done the under in Chicago, the under in Detroit, and they both hit. So, but.
When in doubt, just bet the Phillies right now.
Yeah, they're hot. But see, that's the thing too, is I don't want to bet like a Phillies money line at like minus. Yesterday it was like 200. So it's like I don't want to bet minus 200.
Bet their run line.
I don't like betting run lines. I've done it once or twice this year. I've lost both times. Every time I do it, they win by a run. I hate that shit. I don't bet unders, and I stay away from run lines unless I'm
bet the team
really
run
short.
line. Bet the old runner on the team runs.
I did that with the Phillies twice last week, actually. I did the over like 3.5, over 4.5 runs.
And you hit them both?
Yeah, with the Phillies I did.
Yeah, they're hot. They're hot. And
I don't. So for me, betting on the Phillies is like betting on the Yankees.
I know,
because I love the Braves so much. So I fucking hate doing it. I hated betting on the Yankees today too, but I'm trying to win money here. I guess that's the point of the whole.
You
the
could
whole
bet on
betting
the
show.
Yankees. I don't have no problem with you betting on the Yankees as a Red Sox fan.
If I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't if the Red Sox were good.
What does one have to do with the other? Honestly,
Just the hatred.
I'm
Just like being like baseball gods. Like I don't want to. If the Red Sox were good, I wouldn't tempt it.
The baseball gods don't give a shit about you betting on the Yankees if you're a Red Sox fan.
I don't know. I feel like they're always watching, man.
They are. They are. maybe he takes it out on you on your next AB and you smash it. You crack a bat.
Oh my God! I got made to look fucking foolish the other night.
Really?
Yeah, we played a young team, and they bring in this like 21-year-old kid that was a lefty. He's like a 6'4" lefty. He was throwing really hard, for my league. I think he was, he was like 89, 90, I think.
Whoa.
Yeah. He made me look.
That's January territory, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I chased strike one a little bit up in the zone, and then I was just I was off balance the rest of the at bat because I was trying to make up for it and made me look stupid. I strike out like literally 3 times a year, and I've already got one this year. So, yep, made me look dumb.
So it shit happens, right? It's part of the game, right? But this minor league system is pretty good for the Red Sox, with the exception of like who's coming up to the Red Sox if Bello gets hurt again.
Dick Fitz. Winkowski.
Yeah.
He's going into the rotation down there, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So that's the plan, I think.
Here's the problem.
There's no other reason to send him down.
Here's the problem with the Red Sox. They got 2 number 3s and 4 number 5s. And you could sit here and tell me that Cooper, Criswell and Cutter, Crawford, and this guy and that guy, well, they're all pitching like number 1s. They're not number 1s. It's a long season. At the end of the year, they're going to end up being right where they're supposed to be, with about a 4.5 to 5.5 ERA. And they're all, it doesn't take long for your ERA to skyrocket when you start pitching.
One bad start, and then they're going to be at 3.5. So,
listen, there's a reason why this game is played by the numbers. The history tends to repeat itself, right? And you could say Andrew Bailey and everything and all that, but these guys have been playing with house money for 3 weeks now with this leading Major League Baseball in the ERA. Okay, and there's a lot to it. There's more than just Andrew Bailey, changing
spin rate,
tilt,
whatever the fuck, yeah,
changing spin rate, tilt. There's probably some advanced scouting that's changed. It's gotten better. There's a lot of reasons for things happening the way they do. It's just never just one thing.
Yeah, I don't think a pitching coach can take that much credit for a turnaround.
Have you seen? You've seen Red Sox Twitter, and you.
They want to just suck off Bailey, like yeah.
And listen, I saw something today. Somebody today that said when Alex Cora leaves at the end of the year, Andrew Bailey is going to take over as the manager.
Oh, I've heard that more than once this year.
Oh, you have?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because Breslow and Bailey are close, and that's why they brought Bailey here, supposedly, is to take over for Cora. I got to tell you, if they jump Varitek for Bailey, that's interesting. Unless Varitek doesn't want it, which I suppose is a possibility.
He ain't coaching there because he doesn't want to. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I don't know that he Yeah, but do you think he wants to like year-round full-time commitment? He's got like young kids and a young wife, and
I think he's always wanted to.
He's also made money. Yeah,
he's made plenty of dough. He's on his second wife. Yeah, I think he's ready to manage. I think he wants to manage.
See, I just feel like if he wanted to manage, he'd be doing it somewhere because he's good. I'm under the impression that I think he's all set with it.
So usually when they want you to manage, they want you to get down to the minor leagues and do a couple years at AA or AAA.
Yeah, he hasn't even done that. He just taking
he's
notes
not
in the
going
dugout.
to. No, he's not going to, because he's got 20 years in the big leagues. He's learning in the dugout next to Cora, and that's where he's learning. I think he's ready. I shouldn't say I think he's ready. If he wants to be a manager next year, he's going to be a manager. I don't know if it's with the Red Sox. If Cora leaves, I do believe he should get the job, and given an opportunity to run this team. I do.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree. If he wants it, it should be his. My only argument is I don't know that he wants it.
Well, that's true. I don't think anybody.
I think his wife has like alluded to like him kind of being happy with doing what he's doing.
And she's kind of a lunatic.
Yeah, I don't want to speak ill of her.
Well, no, she's very outspoken on Twitter. That's all.
Yeah, she should probably just shut the fuck up sometimes. But
she's just, and I'm fine with it, because she got a right to stand up for her man.
Of course, yeah, I know.
But she is very outspoken on Twitter, and I didn't know this. Speaking of Twitter and outspoken, I didn't know this, but do you? And this is off topic a little bit, but
it's fine.
Do you know that Anna Horford, who's crazy on Twitter,
she's insane,
is not Al's wife? It's Al's sister.
Sister, yeah, I knew that.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she is Bizarro from planet Pluto. She's crazy.
She's out of her mind. Yeah, I listen to a podcast every day that's been going in on her for a couple of years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a Barstool podcast, and they've been going after her for a while.
Wow,
she's a fucking nut job.
Nut job. And I thought she was his wife. She sticks up for Big Al, like she's his wife.
See, if it was his wife, he'd be like, "Shut the fuck up! You can't tell your sister to shut the fuck up."
Right. Well, you can. You just might not.
No, I couldn't tell my sister to shut the fuck up. That would not fly.
So that's my venture off from Red Sox for a minute, but
yeah, no, it's all right. There's nothing to talk about with the Red Sox. I wish there would be like a fucking brawl or something, or a win streak, or a losing streak, or just something to talk about. It's 500 baseball. Win, lose, win, lose, win, lose.
It's just
it's boring. It's so boring.
It's Groundhog Day.
It really is. And like these guys on these whatever they want to call themselves Red Sox reporters, or Tyler Milliken is the furthest thing from a Red Sox reporter that there is on earth. But every day he's like finding like these positive things to say. It's like, come on, man. Like, how can you do this every day? It's just not that exciting.
He's giving virtual hand cranks for the opportunity to interview some of these guys on his show.
Yeah. But that's Jared's job.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. But Jared's job is, I like Jared, but Jared doesn't know whether it's blown up or stuffed either. He's another jock sniffer from the get go.
Yeah,
So,
he grew up with the kids that on the Saugus World Series team.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I played ball with all those guys for years, and
2003 World Series team.
Exactly. And so like 5 of those guys were on my North Shore team, and they hate his guts. And they used to say how bad he is at baseball, and it's pretty funny. Like, and whatever, good for him. You don't have to be good at baseball to end up doing what he's doing, I guess.
Well,
but it's kind of funny because he acts like he does.
Yeah, the problem is that he is a Red Sox fan more than he's a baseball fan.
Well, yeah, and he's a fan more than he's a journalist or a writer or a podcaster. He's just a fanboy. He just he hopes to get a high five from these guys, and he's made a career out of it. So God bless.
Well, he caught lightning in the bottle by getting hired at
Portnoy. Yeah, of course.
And then the Red Sox won their run, the run of all runs, as the organization has ever had.
Yeah, he got a little lucky.
So listen, it's all part of the.
That's all that matters. Yeah, you get a little lucky, and
it's all par for the course, right? So
now he got $1 million a year from fucking DraftKings.
Yeah. Well, he was making a lot of money with Barstool too. So
not $1 million though.
No, but I think he had. some shares of stock. That
Oh, I don't know about that.
That he
Yeah,
cashed
maybe.
in when they sold the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good for him. I mean, whatever. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him is right. No,
I don't enjoy the content. It's not for me. I'd rather talk about baseball and not like stupid shit. But whatever.
Yeah,
Good for him.
So, where do the Red Sox go from here? They get the Cardinals this weekend.
Yeah. And then it gets tougher and tougher and tougher as we go. Let me I can pull it up here in a second.
So this is a
I
big
had
part
it
of
up.
the game.
I had it up before you made me pull up the Portland Sea Dogs.
I didn't ask you to pull up the Portland Sea Dogs, did I?
No, I did because we were talking about Meyer. All right. So let's see where we're at.
It goes St. Louis this weekend. I know Bellows pitching tomorrow.
At St. Louis, at Tampa, home against the Brewers, at Baltimore, home against the Tigers, home against the Braves.
Oh, that's right. The Brewers come in next week, right?
Yeah. So
next weekend. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. The Cardinals, man. I keep waiting for them. It's been 2 years now. Just like, oh, they're gonna go on a run. They get some talent. What the fuck is going on? How do they not fire that idiot manager and that idiot GM and just move on?
Well, they're
idiot ownership, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know about the ownership, but I know that the GM is soft and the manager is a puppet for the GM. So
yeah, they had Mike Schilt, who might be top 5 best baseball men in baseball today.
Yeah, I agree.
And they fired him because he wouldn't be a puppet.
He wouldn't conform.
And that was after he brought them from they were 20 games back out of the playoffs. And then they won 28 out of 30 games to finish that season, made the playoffs, and then won a series. And then they fired the poor guy because he refuses to be a puppet. And they hired this idiot who he's lost the clubhouse completely. I mean, they've wasted 2 years now of Goldschmidt, he might be washed, but the last 2 years they wasted Goldschmidt, Arenado, Yachty, and Wainwright in their last seasons, the last window for that foursome to win.
Right.
And they just wasted it on Ollie Marmol.
Ollie Marmol.
Fucking stupid. I mean, what a name. Just the name Ollie Marmol. How do you can't be led by a guy named Ollie Marmol. Sounds like a candy or something. So, all right, man. We're running out of shit to talk about. We're fucking yammering on about nothing. And of course, we wasted 20 minutes talking without even recording, which was fun. So, and just too. So we're not up on Apple. We don't know what happened, but Apple for some reason isn't uploading our show, and it's happening to a whole bunch of podcasts, but it's not like Apple wide. But it's happening to a couple hundred different podcasts because I'm in a community chat trying to figure it out, and there's lots of people having the same issue. But we can't get the last episode still isn't on Apple. So if you want to listen to this shit, you got to go to Spotify, YouTube, or you can go right to StreamYard too, I believe, and watch it. But or watch it Twitter Live or whatever. But you cannot watch us or listen to us on Apple right now, which sucks. Because that's where I listen to my podcast.
Well, get us on. Are we on Spotify?
Yeah, we're on Spotify.
We are? Let's go.
Yeah.
By the way, Josh Lowe's up 3-1 count, first and second, 2 outs. He's already smashed one. Oh, they pitched around him. Now they got to face a Rosarena with the bases loaded.
I dropped him from my fantasy team after 2 weeks because he was hurt.
Who's Lowe?
Yeah, I like him, but I needed a spot, and I was like, I'll risk it.
He's good. He's good, and his brother's good too.
Yeah, he's hurt too. He's coming back, I believe. Right.
Real quick, where do you think the Red Sox first move will be before we go? Do you have any idea what you're on a first?
You mean position wise?
Yeah, on a trade wise, they've got to make a trade, right?
I mean, they really need pitching. They need a starting pitcher.
Well, yeah, so does everybody. So they're not going to come up with anybody for starting pitcher because
they've already proven that they don't intend to go all in on a first baseman.
Right.
Because they think Cassis is coming back at some point, so they're going to tread water with Gary Cooper and Dominic Smith.
He's doing some weird shit in the dugout and in bullpens and stuff.
He's a weird dude.
Weirdo. Very much a weirdo.
Yeah, but I mean, so is Cassis. So what the fuck's the difference?
Well, that's why I was talking about Cassis.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Cooper.
No.
Oh, Cooper's kind of weird too.
Is he?
Yeah, he looks like a little child with his hat on too. Like his hat's too big on him.
Yeah, he needs some sun too.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, Cassis is standing in the dugout timing all the pitches, which like fine. I'm glad he's engaged. I'm glad he's in the dugout instead of like at home with his feet on the couch or whatever. But wouldn't that drive you fucking nuts if you're in the dugout playing and watching this dipshit standing in the corner to get his timing on every pitch while he's hurt?
Yeah.
Like go to the fucking clubhouse and do that shit.
Right.
Knucklehead. So I mean it's endearing in a way because it's like, oh, you're quirky, but just like trust me, like if you're in that dugout, you're rolling your eyes like, who the fuck is this idiot and why is he doing this shit right now?
Right.
So, anyways.
Well, hopefully they stay healthy and they tread water and maybe they can win a 6-7 game streak. I think we're gonna see a 6 or 7 game losing streak before we see a 6 or 7 game winning streak.
Yeah, all right. So they're going to be 500 after tonight, it appears, right?
Well, it's 5-4. I mean, they just got out of that inning. On a I say it's a controversial call. I would challenge it if it was Cash.
I haven't been watching anything because it's behind me, so
yeah,
I don't know what's going on. But so let's say they're 500 after today, and do they have a day off between now and next Thursday? I don't think they do.
So they got Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So they're off on Thursday next week.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then off. Then 4 games at home with Milwaukee, right? Or 3? Yeah, 4.
Yeah. So, but before the next time we talk,
so they're off
3,
Thursday.
Yeah. They got 3 at St. Louis and 3 at Tampa Bay. I think they do. I think they do the same thing this week. I think they go 500, 2-1 and 1-2.
Okay. I mean, I'd say you're wrong, but you're probably right.
Yeah, I've been fairly right so far. So I'm going to stick with that. I think they're going to tread water until the Brewers series, and then we're going to start seeing shit happen. Because that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games between the Brewers and the last game against the Braves. I think they go 4-8 in that 12-game stretch.
The Brewers aren't very good.
Yeah, they are.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. The Brewers are like my adopted team this year.
Well, they got the best logo in sports.
They have the best logo in sports, and they're fighting all the time. And they got Hoskins. I loved that whole thing with fucking Jeff McNeil. And then I loved when they plunked Siri a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm kind of digging the Brewers a little bit right now. So
there's no doubt. And they got the North Shore Navigators 2-time top prospect award winner, Sal Frelick, on the team.
Was he a Navigator?
Oh, 2 years. He was a top prospect in the league both years.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. He just he went. He went 143 at bats without hitting a home run, and then he's hit a home run each of the last 2 days going into today.
Good for him.
So yeah,
I hate Boston College, so I always root against Boston College players, but good for him.
He's one of the great kids around, and it's always good to see the local guy do well. He made a shitload of money at the in the draft. He made $4 million, a little over $4 million.
Is he from Mass, or did he just go to Boston College?
No, he's from Lexington, Mass.
He is.
Oh yeah, he's a Boston kid.
Where did he play high school ball?
Lexington.
Not Lexington. At Lexington High, not like one of the private schools or anything?
Lexington High School. He was a baseball, football, and I think hockey player. He was all scholastic in all 3 sports.
Good for him.
Great kid.
He's good. He's a good ball player. So
small, he's small.
Yeah.
He's only
he looks it.
8.5, 5'8".
Oh, he's that short.
Yeah.
He looks like he's like 160 pounds soaking wet.
He's about probably about $170, but he is
like my right leg.
Fast as you've ever seen on the diamond.
Nice. Awesome. I didn't know he was on your team, so
he's a great kid.
Cool.
Great kid.
When do you guys start?
June 4th.
I got to come down and check out a game.
So June 4th,
or 3 or 4.
Opening day. The beer we have the coldest beer in the city.
Oh yeah, colder than Tony's.
Colder than Tony's. Tony will tell you he's got the coldest beer. We got
Right.
we got the coldest beer.
Hey, speaking of the Navigators, how about we get a Frontier League team now in Mass, huh?
Yeah, in
The
Brockton.
Knockouts, yeah, the Brockton Knockouts. Their
The
uniforms
New
are
England
sharp.
Knockouts. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, they're the New England Knockouts, not the
They're the
Brockton
New England
Knockouts.
Knockouts. I've had a couple conversations with the owner. He's a good, really, really nice guy. He owns a team in Chicago in the Frontier League as well. He's very successful in the business world. Great guy.
I don't understand. So the Frontier League, though, that's like all
It's
like
independent.
Montana, Midwest, Northwest.
No, the Frontier League is let's see.
There's like a Missoula, Montana team.
So
there's a Bozeman, Montana team.
Oh,
like they're all far away from
you. Your boy just did it. Your boy's in Fuego. Yep, home run.
Attaboy, look at that.
Tie ball game.
Oh, he shit
it's
on
funny you say
too, huh?
It's funny he hit that shit out of that ball. It's funny you say Missoula. When my son got drafted, that's where they sent him for rookie ball, and he was the catcher on the All-Star team that year. But anyways, Frontier League is not out there. That's the
Pioneer League.
Pioneer League.
I think Pioneer League is what I'm thinking of. Okay.
So the Frontier League is there's two divisions. There's like an Eastern Division and a Western Division. I'll give you the quick.
I got it in front of me right here.
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah, look at that. Upstate New York. Well, Chicago though, Washington. Well, Washington Wild Things. That's West Coast.
Is it West Coast?
Yeah, that's Washington State Wild Things, I believe.
No,
because there's that.
Really?
Yeah, because there's that fucking idiot that talks shit to Fry on Twitter that's on that team, and I looked it up, and I believe that's the Washington State Wild Things. New Jersey. Oh, the Trois Rivières. What is the name of that team? Trois Rivières.
that's
Eagles.
That's
Eagles.
In, Canada.
Three Rivers. Yeah, Cincinnati. No, Three Rivers. It's got to be Cincinnati or Pittsburgh.
Oh no! I'm talking about Quebec. Quebec, the Capitals.
Yeah, Capitals. So they've been around. They were in the Pan Am League.
They were in the Pan Am League.
They played with the Navigators, right? Oh no, the Spirit, North Shore Spirit.
North Shore Spirit, the Can Am League, not the Pan Am League. The Can Am League.
Sorry, Can Am League. Yeah, sorry.
Right.
That's what I meant.
The New Jersey Jackals were in that league. The Quebec Capitals were in that league.
The Jackals are in the Frontier League too.
The New Jersey Jackals were in the Frontier League.
That is a widespread league, man. New Jersey to Washington State.
Yeah, so I assume
and like 5 Canadian teams.
So I assume that the West doesn't play the East and they only see each other in the finals.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so the 16 teams.
That makes sense. Yeah,
I would assume maybe there's one crossover in the other division, but I would say probably not.
Whatever happened to the North Shore Spirit?
So the North Shore Spirit, they moved to either Mississippi or Alabama.
Oh, really? But they're still a independent.
So I don't know what they're. Those teams bounce around.
Yeah. Because that was a Mariners franchise at one point, wasn't it?
So the North Shore Spirit was never a affiliated franchise. They were an independent. They came to Boston. They came to Lynn. Let's see. The Mad Dogs, Massachusetts Mad Dogs, were here in the 90s. And
the Spirit were like 2001, 2002.
So then the Spirit came in from 2001 to like 2007, and then 2008, and then he left. He had a fight with the old mayor of Lynn, and he packed up and moved. Took the team, took the fence, took the scoreboard, took everything. It literally took everything and moved it to, I think, Alabama.
Funny.
And then the Navigators moved in 2008.
And what year did you take over the Navigators?
2009, and then we bought the team in 2020. Well, fall of 2019, right before COVID.
Good timing.
So yeah.
Nice. All right, hey, dude, we're talking about nothing right now.
But
let's wrap
right,
it up.
anyways.
I'll see you next week, man.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye, buddy.
See ya.